After multiple rain delays and saved match points, Iga Swiatek and Karolina Pliskova are into the Rome Italian Open Finals. Will Iga grab her first WTA 1000 title, or will Pliskova claim yet another title in Rome? I'll preview this match and ultimately give my prediction here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today. Karolina and Iga haven't yet played on tour, but comparing them in other aspects, Pliskova has the edge in ranking and overall titles due to playing more years on tour. Also, this would be Pliskova's third final in Rome, winning the title in 2019. However, Iga, currently playing better tennis, holds a better 2021 win-loss record. The Pole has also spent more time on court in this event, playing a total of 8 hours and 32 minutes to Pliskova's 7 hours and 6. Iga opened against Alison Riske for the second consecutive week, but Riske retired while down 5-4 in the first. Next, Swiatek faced another American, Madison Keys, winning 7-5, 6-1. Her round of 16 match against Barbora Krejcikova was her most drama-filled thus far, as Iga saved 3 match points to claim a titanic 3-6, 7-6, 7-5 victory. In her first match today, she dispatched a 5th seed Elena Svitolina 2-5 before eliminating Coco Gauff 7-6, 6-3. Karolina started with a convincing win over Anastasia Sevastova, winning 6-2, 6-3. She then took out veteran Vera Zvonareva 7-5, 6-3. In the quarters, Pliskova survived 3 match points to take out 2017 Roland Garros champion Ostapenko 4-6, 7-5, 7-6. Then today, she upended Petra Martic 6-1, 3-6, 6-2. Looking at the keys to the match, first starting with Swiatek, she needs to try and hit with her trademark heaviness and depth. Iga plays with a tremendous amount of action and spin, especially with that forehand. Karolina tends to enjoy when balls are sitting with a bit less action and depth, so Iga has to keep applying the pressure to prevent her from stepping up and taking control. The second point I have is to spread the court while in those neutral rallies. Swiatek does this well already, using those good margins of hers to hit with great angles and to get opponents off the move. This would be especially important against Pliskova, because while the Czech women's movement has improved, it still needs a bit of help. As I mentioned before, Karolina loves playing from the middle of the court, so I think getting her out of her comfort zone and on the move will give Iga the upper hand. Similar to the last point, Iga should get Karolina on the move on the ad side of the court in particular. I went back to look at Karolina's matches this week, and it's clear that she moves a lot better to the do side of the court than she does the ad side. While in the ad side, she tends to miss quite a bit more and offers up weaker replies. I think that Swiatek should use her inside out forehand to that Karolina backhand and move in from there. My last point is that the Pole should implement more variety throughout the match. I think that she used the drop shot wonderfully against Svitolina, who is for sure faster than Pliskova. Even against Coco, who is probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest woman on tour, Iga had good success. I think that this would be a good play against Pliskova because whenever Martic pulled it off, she got good results. This is also a good tactic to change up the rhythm and get Karolina up to the net, not on her terms, which she really doesn't like, by the way. Now, for Karolina to be successful, she must play her usual first strike tennis. As the rallies extend, Iga will have the edge due to her greater shot tolerance and margins. Karolina's game, while becoming more diverse, still isn't tailored for playing longer extended rallies. Pliskova has done a great job thus far this week in taking the ball earlier and dictating, which is something she surely must do tomorrow. She has to take those heavier balls on the rise like Coco did today. Gauff had the right strategy in doing this, but didn't execute well at the right moments. If Pliskova can pull this off well, she'll also find success on the scoreboard. Second, Karolina has to capitalize on Iga's weaker second serves. This point is self-explanatory, as one of the weakest shots coming off of Iga's racket will be her second serve. Coco once again did this relatively well too, attacking that second serve. Pliskova has done an excellent job at taking advantage of opponents' second serves, and tomorrow can be no different. Next, I believe Karolina should look to move forward whenever possible. I think that Pliskova is actually good at the net when she does come in on her own terms, and I believe against Iga it'll be a good play, because as aforementioned, Pliskova will fare much better by shortening the points. The final and most crucial point for Karolina is to stay solid on serve. Pliskova's biggest weapon by far is the serve, and it must be on against Swiatek. Iga is a good returner, so Karolina can't allow her too many second serve looks. Even aside from that, the Czech woman has been prone to having periods of losing her serve altogether, double faulting frequently when she's not on. Oftentimes with Karolina, if the serve isn't working, the rest of her game falters. Against Martic in the first and third sets, which she won, she served a much higher percentage of first serves and held with greater ease. The second set, however, told a different story, so yes, the serve has to be on and solid for Pliskova tomorrow. I'm not really surprised at all by Karolina and Iga reaching the finals, because I actually had them reaching the finals of Madrid last week. Clay fits both players' games really well, and for two completely different reasons. Iga's forehand is even more effective on the surface, as the higher ball bounces get the ball out of opponents' strike zones. Pliskova, on the other hand, has more time to plant her feet and hit those damaging ground strokes. Her serve also doesn't seem to diminish on the surface due to her accuracy. I feel that this match will be a battle of the spins because, as I keep mentioning, Iga hits with more spin in action, while Pliskova likes to take the ball early and hit more deflecting, flat type shots. Before making this preview, I thought that Iga would surely have the advantage because I felt that she had been doing better than Pliskova in almost every aspect of the game. However, after doing some research and match watching, I think that Pliskova's heavy flat strokes may disrupt Iga quite a bit. Swiatek enjoys generating pace from opponents who don't really have the firepower from the ground. Pliskova definitely has this firepower, which could make for a very interesting stylistic matchup. Also, I feel like it's more difficult to hit with heavier spin off of flat ground stroke shots. We could also look at it another way, as Swiatek's shots could roll up Pliskova's strings, making it more difficult for the Czech woman to attack. That's why it's important that Karolina look to take ground strokes early. Another question to consider is whether Iga playing 2 matches today will hurt her. I honestly don't think so, to be honest, because Swiatek is young and fit, plus those 2 matches she played today weren't all that long. Matter of fact, playing more matches could be a positive thing for the poll, as it could sharpen her up from the beginning. I think this was the case against Coco because Iga, having those additional match reps, was more sound in the crucial stages. Once again, switching sides a bit, I think Karolina has somewhat of an advantage, having more experience at this specific stage in Rome. There could be some nerves for Iga in the early stage or when she's trying to close. Yes, she is the Grand Slam champion, but I'm positive that she's eager to back it up with her maiden WTA 1000 title. I do see nerves playing a role in this match with Iga, which is why I see her dropping at least a set. Additionally, I think it might take the poll time to adjust to Pliskova's game style. However, I do believe that Iga will be the more solid of the 2 women, which is why I have her winning this title, beating Pliskova in 3 sets. After their semi-final victories, both Swiatek and Pliskova spoke about each other in anticipation of these finals. We played each other at an EXO at the beginning of COVID. It's hard to say actually, because always exhibition is different than the real match, Iga says. I'm feeling pretty confident on court. If my game is going to be there tomorrow, I can do anything. Now Pliskova said, I think she was also struggling a bit this week. Also, when you get some wins when you're a match point down or something, it gives you extra strength. It happens to me and it happened to her. She's a champion of Roland Garros. I think it's not going to be easy. That's all for this preview, and let me know if you agree that Swiatek will win her first WTA 1000 trophy, or if you believe Pliskova will claim her first title of the season. Also, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified when I make the preview for the men's final between Nadal and Djokovic. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today.